Hello and welcome to Caring, France 24's humanitarian programme. Who can tell how many children are homeless in Russia? 1, 2, maybe 3 million? Today we bring you an exclusive report on the situation in St Petersburg, where an estimated 20,000 to 100,000 boys and girls sleep on the streets. Aid agencies call them the children of the 90s. They are some of those who haven't benefited from capitalism. These children you are about to meet come from difficult backgrounds. Alcohol and domestic violence have destroyed their families, forcing them to go their own way. Most of them have now turned to prostitution and drugs. Local and national authorities do little to help these youths on the outskirts of Russian society, so aid organizations have to step in to fill the gap. But they lack the financial means to carry out the mission effectively. One thing they don't lack is the willpower, as you will see with this report from St Petersburg, where our teams followed the Russian NGO Humanitarian Action.
Hey, they told us you weren't here. Who are you calling?
My boyfriend is over there. I'm calling his friend. Hi, Butcha. Who's with you? Axel's there as well.
Ask him what his surname is.
Where are you, Butcha? I can't see you. Wave at me.
Give it to me. Tell me, how many of you are out there?
There are 15 children, aged between 12 and 18 years old. They've been detained here at St. Petersburg's main police station since last night. It's Irina's job to get them out. She's a youth worker with Humanitarian Action Fund, a Russian NGO which helps street children. Besides her is Ina, who is also a street child. Her boyfriend is among the youths being held. Irina skirts the building, hoping to see her group.
Hello. We've come to see the children arrested yesterday by the 78th Police Division.
How can I help you? There are no youths being held here. It's a working office.
Where can I get information about them?
Nowhere for the moment.
That's not good enough. They are here, and you're saying you don't know anything.
The children were arrested in a squat. Police say they were prostituting themselves. Victims in the eyes of the law, the police view them as culprits.
Most of them don't even have papers. Street children have no rights in our country.
Irina can't do anything more for them tonight. It's already 10 p.m., but her evening is far from over. Like every day, she does a tour of the city, trying to find children in difficulty. She talks with them, listens to them, and makes sure they don't need anything. 2 other youth workers from the charity join her as she goes to the next location, a loft where around 15 children were squatting.
No one is here. Everybody's left except one child who is sleeping. There are more than 10 living here in this basement, in these conditions.
The smell is awful. There's rubbish and excrement on the floor. These are the sleeping quarters of very young children.
They must be in the city center, perhaps looking for money to buy something to eat. Or maybe trying to warm up in a cafe.
Irina's quest lasts until the early hours. The following morning, we visit Irina at home. She's barely slept. Her group of 15 youths are still at the police station. By 9 a.m., she's already on the case, speaking to Humanitarian Action's lawyer on the telephone.
Yes, they are our children. Police have beaten them and made them admit to crimes they haven't committed. Each of the kids have admitted to between 5 and 8 offenses. These are my children. You can say I'm crazy, but these are my children. Why do you say that? Because I don't know.
It may be difficult for her to say, but it's not difficult to understand.
I was also like that. I was also a street child. I lived in caves, attics, shady squats. I experienced drug use, but I stopped because I wanted to be in control of my life. That's why I care so much. It's as if it's happening to me.
She's devoted her life to these children, working tirelessly 7 days a week. In exchange, she earns a minimal wage of 300 euros. It just about covers the rent of her modest apartment. It's estimated that there are between 20,000 and 100,000 children living rough on the streets of St. Petersburg. No one knows the exact number. The destitution is shocking, particularly within such a rapidly expanding society. Signs of economic growth are clearly visible in the city of the stars. Humanitarian action does what it can, but it's limited in what it can achieve without the help of the state and local authorities. The charity has very little means to tackle this deep-rooted problem. A dozen youth workers work with roughly 200 children.
We have suffered heavy losses because of wars and local conflicts. Then came perestroika in the 1990s, and we became a frenzied consumer society after a haphazard democratization process. Families are familiar with unemployment. They've been destroyed by it. Even if they have children, people begin drinking or taking drugs.
Just 13% of street children are orphans. The rest leave home because of family problems. At 3 p.m., the doors of Humanitarian Action's Medical and Social Center open. It's a safe haven for homeless children. Here they can wash, eat, and relax. Today, Humanitarian Action youth worker Elena is on duty.
They can come here just to talk. Some of them just need psychological support. They come and see us. They have nowhere else to go. They ask us if they can stay here for a while. It's a sanctuary for them.
Seryoja is a regular here. When he doesn't come, Elena goes to look for him in the streets. He's become her responsibility.
We must go together to see your doctor at the medical center to get those test results.
Yeah, I know. I called her several times, but she gave me an earful. She said I never called, so I didn't go.
That's normal, because it's me, Elena Frolova, who calls, and not you.
But I called her twice.
But how many times were you supposed to go see the doctor? How many appointments have you missed?
Seryoja has come to see the center's doctor. He looks about 14, but is already 18. His parents are violent alcoholics, and he fled from his home aged just 8. He's already spent more than half his life on the streets.
When you had your accident, were you hospitalized? Did you get checked out?
No, the doctor didn't want to know. It's impossible without insurance.
No fixed address means no access to free health care. This center is one of the only places where Seryoja can be examined without having to pay. He has a host of health problems, particularly drug-related.
How long have you been taking drugs?
For 4 years. I sniffed solvents, nail varnish, paints.
He forgets to mention heroin. That's how he became HIV positive.
Children who have spent more than 5 years on the streets are all HIV positive. Those who don't have AIDS are those who have only been on the streets a short time. That's the kind of life waiting for children on the streets, AIDS and drugs as well. 90% of street children are involved.
1 gram of low-quality heroin costs around 1,000 rubles. But 10 times cheaper is this bottle of industrial-strength solvent, which they sniff throughout the day. Their life expectancy is greatly reduced. Few are likely to make it past the age of 25. We rejoin Seryoja. He's come to this medical center to collect his test results to find out how much longer he has to live.
I have hepatitis and AIDS. At the same time, I don't care. Why should I be afraid? We all die sooner or later. I don't live, I survive.
He spends just 5 minutes in the office. He doesn't tell us anything about the test results.
Can I go and sniff?
Yes, sure. You'll go and sniff. Right now, we need to order medication for you. Are you going to keep living like this for much longer?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I could die now.
If you change your lifestyle, you won't die. You can live with this illness for a long time.
Yes, but you don't live like 70 years. You don't live as long.
You can take tritherapy, you know.
I've been HIV positive for 4 years. You live around 6 years with this illness, and I've already lived for 4, so there's less than 2 years left.
I'm also HIV positive. I take tritherapy medication, which is free. These tablets are free.
When we last spoke, Sirioja had still not started treatment. He never returned to the doctor. As night fell, we rejoined Irina. It's -10 outside, but she tirelessly continues her mission to find those in need.
Our organization is called Humanitarian Action. We have a medical and social center. Come along tomorrow. There's a shower. You can eat. You can have a cup of tea. What's your name?
Igor.
I'm Marina. Call me.
Since then, Igor has become a regular at the center. Street children are endemic in all Russia's big cities. 1, 2, or 3 million. No one knows for sure how many there are. They've become a part of the landscape, a familiar sight which society has turned its back on.
That's it for this edition of Caring. Join us again same time next week. Until then, thank you for watching. Bye for now.